Well, hello there, you're watching the official Theme Park Fans YouTube channel and welcome back to another video. So, before I start today's video, I want to say that we are finally back on 2 videos a week. As you know, there wasn't a video last Friday because I came down with a cold and I wasn't feeling very well, but finally we are back on 2 videos a week. I still do have a bit of a cold, but if you can tell, or if you can't tell, then it's starting to go away now and I'm starting to feel a lot better, so that's very good. So as you can see by the video title, I am going to be ranking the London Merlin attractions. Now this video, it's going to be a little bit different to the other videos where I ranked the Alton Towers coasters, the Thorpe Park coasters, because in those 2 videos I ranked them from worst to best, but for this one I'm going to be ranking them from least enjoyable to most enjoyable, and I've got some cons and pros for these London Merlin attractions, you know, just to balance the books out, and yeah, so also for the purpose of this video there will be no Sea Life London, because in all of these years of being a Merlin annual pass holder, I still haven't done Sea Life London, but I would assume that Sea Life London is pretty much the same as all the other Sea Life centres around the country. So let's get started with it, shall we? So the attraction that I find the least enjoyable in London is Madame Tussauds. The thing with Madame Tussauds is that I feel it gets overcrowded in the peak season and even the off-peak season. It just feels really overcrowded in there, and if you want a photo with a waxwork figure, then good luck. Okay, that was a bit of a failed laugh there. But yeah, honestly, good luck if you're trying to get a photo with a waxwork figure, because you literally have to fight for your place to get a photo with a waxwork figure. Because I went in the I went in Madame Tussauds. When was it now? Was it last week? No, it wasn't last week, was it? It was No, yeah, it was last week, wasn't it? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but the last time I went in Madame Tussauds, I tried to get a photo with Shrek, which I did, but I literally, there was a person before me taking their photo with Shrek, and the moment that person left Shrek, I literally had to not run, but fast walk to Shrek and then have my photo taken. So it is really hard to get a photo with a waxwork figure. And also, when it is overcrowded, it can be quite hard to move around the attraction. Because it's that busy and it's that packed, you know, you have to manoeuvre your way around people. However, the 3 things I do like about Madame Tussauds in London is the Spirit of London ride, which I think is really good. Because it showcases you the history of London, and it's just a really enjoyable ride in my opinion. And the Marvel Superheroes 4D Cinema, which I think the Marvel Superheroes 4D Cinema is my favourite Merlin 4D Cinema. Although saying that, I did like the Angry Birds 4D Cinema at Thorpe Park. I think they're both good. And also, I love the Star Wars exhibition at the end, because as well as being a theme park enthusiast, I do love Star Wars, and the Star Wars exhibition at the end, I really enjoyed it. And I think I always take my time in the Star Wars exhibition, you know. It's just fantastic. So there we go. For me, the least enjoyable Merlin attraction in London is Madame Tussauds. So now this is where it starts to get more enjoyable, and you know, not so much as less enjoyable as Madame Tussauds. So here we go. So the next attraction on my list is Shrek's Adventure. Now, I really enjoy Shrek's Adventure because it's fun and interactive for the kids. The theme and insanity attraction is very good and very well detailed, and the actors are brilliant, especially with the kids. You know, usually before you start your tour in Shrek's Adventure, you'll have a guy doing the usual introduction, and he usually says, let the kids be at the front so they can see everything, and let the grown-ups, such as myself, stand at the back and let the kids have their moments. The other thing I like about Shrek's Adventure is that it feels very similar to a dungeon attraction. So if you have been in the London dungeon, which I'm going to be talking about soon in this video, the Blackpool Tower dungeon, the Alton Towers dungeon, the Warwick Castle dungeon, you get it. It's like that, but more for families. And I love those type of attractions where you walk through, you go to different scenes, and it's great. Now, the only thing I don't like about Shrek's Adventure is that at times it can feel awkward for adults like myself, because if you're visiting Shrek's Adventure without a child, then it can feel a bit awkward, but it's still fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like Shrek's Adventure. I think it's great for the kids, and it's just a really good attraction for the family to do. So, there we go. So now for my second attraction that I enjoy the most in London is the London Eye. The London Eye is a great attraction, isn't it? It's been in London since 1999, the year I was born. Woo! And what I love about the London Eye is that you can get great views across London. You can get great views of the Elizabeth Tower, also known as Big Ben, but it is the Elizabeth Tower. The Shard. What else can you see? You just oh God, why am I doing this again? You just generally get great views across London, and one 30-minute rotation gives you plenty of time to take in the views, which I think is great. And I don't think you need more than 30 minutes to take in the views, because if you go around again, then it'll be an hour, of course. The only downside to the London Eye is that you could be queuing for a long time if you don't have fast track for the eye. So, for example, if you are a standard Merlin and your pass holder, then unfortunately you do not get fast track, and in this case you have to join the main queue. But if you are a premium Merlin and your pass holder like myself, then you do get fast track, which I think is very useful, because when I last went on the London Eye, which wasn't that long ago, I think we only waited about probably just a little over 5 minutes, which was brilliant. So that is the only downside to the London Eye. Now, for my most enjoyable attraction my most enjoyable London Merlin attraction is the London Dungeon. I absolutely love the London Dungeon, and I think, in my opinion, the London Dungeon is my favourite dungeon out of the dungeons that I've done. So in that case, it's the London Dungeon, the Warwick Castle Dungeon, the Alton Towers Dungeon, and the Blackpool Tower Dungeon. I think it's definitely my favourite dungeon, as I said just then, and it's the attraction in London that I enjoy the most. And what I like about it is that you get to experience 110 minutes of London's dark history. The darkness inside the attraction adds to the atmosphere, and of course I absolutely love the Tyrant boat ride, which is after the introduction scene with the jester, and then you go into that elevator, but it isn't an elevator. It's like a pretend elevator, and then after that scene with the jester, the introduction, and then you go on to the Tyrant boat ride. So I really enjoyed that. The downside to the London Dungeon is that if you have been in other dungeon attractions across the country, then you'll find that some of the scenes are the same, such as the Plague Doctor scene, the Torturer scene, and the Courtroom scene. You know, these three scenes you'll find in every dungeon attraction. So it doesn't matter if it's the the York Dungeon, the Alton Towers Dungeon, the London Dungeon, the Edinburgh Dungeon. They are all the same regardless. And another downside to the London Dungeon, I didn't write this down on my iPad, is that the London Dungeon, the groups that they send around the London Dungeon, they can be quite big. I think it's about 40 people. I think it's I think it's between 30 and 40 people they send into the London Dungeon, and sometimes you can be right at the back of the group, and that can obstruct your view of the actor and what's going on. But generally, I think as you move throughout the attraction, going from scene to scene, I think it's built in a way that you will have a front view. You know, if you know what I mean. You at some point in the attraction, you will have you will be at the front of the scene. So there we go, guys. That is it for another video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to ask you guys this question: have you been to any of the London Merlin attractions? And if so, which ones have you been to? Do comment below, and I'll come and interact with you guys in the comments below by hearting your comment and even replying to comment as well. So do comment below if you have been to a London Merlin attraction or not. So be sure to subscribe if you're new around here. Give this video a like if you have enjoyed it. Be sure to check out our Facebook page. As always, our Facebook page link is in the description below, so please go and check that out and give it a like. As always, the next video will be coming out on Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that. Tuesday at 6 PM, should I say. So, there we go. I'm Wood on you. Thank you for watching Theme Park Fans, and it's time to close the video down. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.